Okay, hi everyone. My name is Anna Kitney. I'm from Bergeron. This is fourth time round. Hopefully this will go live. If it doesn't, then I'll do this presentation again on Monday. Okay, so just so you know, my screen's gone blank. I'm assuming I'm still live. I won't be able to see your comments in the chat. So yeah, sorry about that, but I'm still determined to give you this presentation. So it's interesting because this particular topic, the skin, is all about visibility. So it's no wonder that my screen's gone blank. Okay, so let's get started. So when we talk about the topic of beauty, it's such a big conversation to be had, and it's far more than we can do today in just 30 minutes. So I want to kind of like start the ball rolling. We're kind of actually discussing what the skin is. So the skin, in fact, is your largest organ in your body. It sheds about every 20 to 30 days. And there are different thicknesses of skin. So obviously you've got like the thin skin on the eyelids, and you've also got, the thickness of the skin on the heels of your foot as well. It's very much connected to nerve endings as well. So it's a great communicator of information sensitivity. So we communicate a lot through touch. So a lot of the nerve endings are in our fingertips and also on our lips as well. So the skin is going to bring up belief systems to do with boundaries, visibility. So obviously being visible out in the wider world. It's going to bring up issues of beauty and self-worth, fears around growing older, or fears around growing older and not feeling accepted by society. It can also be a great communicator of psychic information as well. So we communicate via our skin and via our auric field as well. So we get to pick up vibes of people around us. And so we truly know whether we resonate with somebody or not. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check to see if this is working on my Facebook page. I really hope I'm live here. Otherwise I'm talking to a blank screen. Let's see. We'll find out. Anyway, I'm going to continue. So as I'm speaking, if things come up for you, do put it in the chat. I will get to the comments at the end of this presentation because literally my screen is blank right now. I'm working blind. But I really want to get this content to you because I'm so excited. So tonight's Facebook Live is really about clearing your blocks to these issues of being visible, feeling that you're worthy, issues of intimacy and connection. Some people feel uncomfortable with physical touch and theta healers, we're huggers. If you come to our classes, there's a lot of hugging going on, but some people really do feel uncomfortable with physical touch. And so if there are blocks, emotional or energetic blocks in relation to the skin, it's going to bring up conditions and disease of skin. So for example, things like acne, psoriasis, eczema, warts and things like that. So it can show up in lots of different ways in the skin. So if that's you and you've got like a health challenge, then you can post that into the chat. And I'll as I said, after the Facebook Live, I'll answer your questions. So there's lots of things you can do to allow your body to heal itself, and that includes your skin. Okay, so as in all Facebook Lives, we're going to just cover a little bit about muscle testing. Muscle testing is a form of applied kinesiology where we can use it to check for our limiting beliefs and essentially change them using the healing process. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand up with your feet hip width apart and just soften your knees slightly. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to say yes, yes, yes. And what will happen is your body will slightly tip forward. So just relax your muscles, don't be rigid, relax your muscles and say yes, yes, yes. And what will happen is your body will go slightly forwards. Then you go back to center, okay, and then you'll say no, no, no. And then your body should go backwards. Okay, so let's make another statement. So back to center, I'm a woman. Okay, so if you're a woman, you'd have gone forwards on that one. If you're a man, you'd have gone backwards on that one. Okay, next. Okay, so I'm a man. Okay, now if you're a woman, you're going backwards for that one. And if you're a man, you're going forwards. So If that's working for you, then you know that you've got a useful diagnostic tool. If not, then make sure you have some water, because it's very important to be hydrated during muscle testing. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so, okay, it's really throwing me that the screen is not working. Okay, all right, okay. So, all right, so now we're going to check some beliefs. So I'm just going to tune into everyone on the group. So if you're listening to the replay, the healings will still work as well. You just need to say yes. You can say yes out loud instead of in the chat. So I'm going to start to kind of tune into the group that are listening to this Facebook Live, as well as to the recording, and just to tune to see what beliefs you're running. And if you come up with a limiting belief, I'm going to change it with your permission. So the way the healing works, a belief can only be changed with your permission. So you'll need to say yes after each belief. And again, you don't need to put it in the chat saying yes, you can just say it out loud. Okay, let me just tune in. Okay, so you're going to make the statement out loud. So you're going to be standing up. Okay, so we can check your beliefs. Okay, so let's check. It is safe to be my skin. I have poor boundaries. I am vulnerable. I am afraid to be visible. I am ugly. So remember, like, some of these are limiting beliefs. So we're going to make the statement and see if your subconscious believes it to be true. So it's not about affirming that belief. And just see if you go forwards, there may be a subconscious belief that you are ugly. It's wrong to assert my boundaries. I am weak. I am worthless. I am beautiful. I'm afraid to say no. I am under attack. I feel unsafe in my body. I am old. Okay, all right, that's plenty to get started with. Okay, just bear with me. I'm going to send a message to my team just so they can check if I'm actually live or if I'm talking to myself here. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. So if on some of these there were limiting beliefs. So for example, I am beautiful was a positive belief. So if you went forwards for that one, that's a yes. That's a positive belief. We're not going to change that. But for example, when you made the statement I am ugly or I am weak, and you went forwards for that, that means a yes. So on a subconscious level, that's a belief for you. If you went no, then that's fine. That means no, you don't have that belief. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and make all these changes for you with your permission. So just type kind of yes in the chat for me to make the change. Okay, so I'm going to go through them individually. So this will be done in all languages, in every area of your life, on all levels, and it can be done with your permission. So just say yes, and then the change will be done. So I'm going to release this belief of being afraid to say no. Okay, is that okay? So any of you are punished, attacked, or rejected for saying no? Anywhere that you felt you were letting others down by saying no? So can I release this? Thank you. Okay, so we tested I am beautiful. So if that was a no, I'm going to download you with the Creator's definition, the same perspective of what it is to be beautiful. Thank you. Oh, I am live. How interesting. This has obviously triggered my visibility issues. That's funny. Hello. I really thought I was talking to a blank screen. Thanks, Lucy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why this is happening. I can't see any of your comments, but I promise I will get to them at the end of this Facebook Live. I'll go through everyone's comments and questions, and I'll personally answer them. So my sincerest apologies. I'm in a hotel. Today's checkout. I don't know what's happening, but I'm determined. I want to give you guys this healing. All right. Okay. So I'm going to teach you that it's safe for you to be in your skin. But it feels like to be safe in your skin. So I'm going to ask the Creator to release any shock or trauma from any time, either in this life or other lives, where you were punished and that was involved attack on your skin. So if that was like the burning of the witches and you're burnt alive, whether you were injured or killed and your skin was damaged, I'm going to ask the Creator for a healing now. Is that okay? Thank you. Just use your breath. Allow the energy to come into your body. And you may feel that the energy goes to some scars that you may have on your body. You may feel a tingling on your skin. Okay, good. That was quite intense. Okay. All right. So beliefs around having poor boundaries. So can the Creator Teacher show you how to have good boundaries? That you have discernment with boundaries. Is that okay? Thank you. Good. Okay, so beliefs about being vulnerable. So can the Creator Teacher show you that your vulnerability can be your strength? Okay, so anywhere that you're seeing vulnerability as a weakness, we're going to release that and show you how your vulnerability can be your strength. Is that okay? Thank you. Good. Okay. So the fear of being visible, just going to tune in because this usually is quite a big area. Okay, so the fear that if you are visible, then it's fear of public humiliation. So I'm going to ask the Creator to release the point of trauma for you when you are humiliated whilst being visible. So I'm going to ask for healing for that. So this may be, I guess I'm sort of tuning in. So some of you are like, when you were little, When you came out of nappies, you peed your pants, you couldn't make it to the toilet. So there's some humiliation there. I'm seeing somebody who was on like a stage doing a school play and they forgot their lines and people were laughing. So there's humiliation there. So that's the kind of thing we're actually clearing. Often it's very, very small, very minor, but it can have a huge impact on our self-esteem. So, okay. So I see someone who got caught masturbating by their parents. That can happen. So we're going to ask the creator to release the first point of trauma of humiliation that made you afraid to be visible. Thank you. That shame will come out of your sacral chakra. So you may feel the energy being pulled out of there. Okay, and for some of you, the humiliation was intended. Somebody really wanted to hurt you by humiliating you. We're going to release that with forgiveness because no one can take your power from you. We give it away. So let's claim your power back. Forgive the person that made you feel ashamed because they were just projecting their own crap onto you, basically. So let's free them with forgiveness and release the shame. Breathe, breathe. Imagine like you're breathing into your lower belly where your sacral chakra is, at the belly button. Just breathe into that area. Allow the energy to go in there. Good, well done. Okay, let's release all the anger and the resentment towards the people that made you feel humiliated or embarrassed. Sure that you no longer need to hold on to that as a way to protect yourself or as a way to hide. Good. Good. Okay, for some of you, being visible actually physically meant attack, either like physical attack. It could be sexual abuse, physical abuse. It could be emotional as well. There's many, many, many forms of abuse. So for some of you, if you were visible, you would physically not be safe, that you'd be in danger, either through somebody lashing out at you with their words and threatening to physically hurt you, or physical abuse, or even sexual abuse. I'm going to go delve more into this particular topic on tomorrow's Facebook Live when I talk about sexuality, but I will start to do some of that clearing today. So I'm going to ask the creator just to release the shock and trauma of what happened to you as a result of being visible, where you were attacked physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually. Okay, we're just going to ask the creator to teach you and ensure that it's now over and that you are safe. Okay, it doesn't delete what happened, but we're just teaching your subconscious and particularly the primitive part of the brain that it's now over and that you're no longer in danger and that you're safe. Okay, you don't have to post that in the chat. You can just say yes out loud and the creator will hear your request for the healing. Thank you. Good, good. Okay. Can we release the belief that being invisible is the only way you can keep yourself safe? And what it looks like and feels like to be visible and feel safe, protected, and strong. Would you like this? Thank you. Good, that's looking much better. Good. Kind of seeing everyone's kind of solar plexus and sacral chakra pulsing, and it's like an empowering energy. Okay, good, good. Okay, So let's release anywhere that you believe you are ugly, old, wrinkly, fat, all of that. Let's just release all those critical judgments. Replace with greatest truth, that you are beautiful inside and out. And to recognize that beauty. And to see your beauty through the eyes of the Creator. Would you like these? Thank you. Oh, that's better. I'm seeing people's hearts open with that one. Good, good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, can we teach you what it feels like to have others honor your boundaries, to respect your boundaries? Is that okay? Thank you. Good, good. That's better. Okay, let's release the belief that you are weak. So anywhere that you feel you are weak, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. Okay, and anywhere you made yourself weak to protect yourself. It's like so this is linked to the primitive part of the brain, the reptilian part of the brain. And so as humans, we'll go into fight, flight, or freeze. And so sometimes when you're in a point of danger, you may go into freeze. And it seems counterintuitive because you'd want to like either fight your way out of the situation or run away from the danger. And so going into freeze is like counterintuitive, like why I'm in danger, why have I frozen? This could be like crossing a road and the car comes past and you just freeze when you should be pulling back or yeah, in that instance, pulling back. So this is part of the reptilian part of the brain. And so reptiles have a mechanism where they go into freeze, which means they play dead. And so they play dead so that an attacker leaves them alone and they protect themselves by playing dead. And I've seen this a lot, particularly with clients who've had sexual abuse. It's like the attacker or the perpetrators violating them and they freeze, they don't fight back, and then they get into conflict around why they didn't fight back, why didn't they assert themselves, why didn't they run away, why their body freeze, and they feel like their bodies betrayed them. Okay, so sometimes what we do is we make ourselves weak to protect ourselves. This also happens with chronic fatigue clients. It's like if I make myself weak, people will leave me alone, they'll feel sorry for me, and so they don't know how to assert their power without being attacked. So again, this is a really big topic. I'll cover some of this in tomorrow's Facebook Live around this kind of this freeze and the betrayal. But I'm going to start to clear it now where anywhere that you have to make yourself weak to protect yourself. So say, for example, you had a sibling and the sibling was the star of the show, and if you outshone your sibling, then she or he would attack you and punish you because they wanted to be the favorite, they wanted to be daddy's girl or mummy's girl, and so therefore you were punished. So you quickly learn, you must be silent, you must be invisible, you must be weak, because if you shine you get punished. And so being visible in all your glory, not just physical, but in all your light. It's about feeling safe to shine your light to the world without the fear of being attacked. Okay, so I'm going to ask the Creator to do a healing on this anywhere that you made yourself small or obligated others to make you small so that you could protect yourself. Is that okay? Thank you. And teach you that it's safe for you to be strong, it's safe to be in your power, free from obligating others to make you weak so you can stay small and invisible in order to be safe. Let's release that. Thank you. Good. That's better. Good. And actually, I've been showing your muscles are responding as well, because the emotion of the muscles is kind of control, battle, strength. So we want you to feel strong without creating battle. That's better. Good, good. Okay, so we're going to release this core root belief of feeling worthless. Again, I'm going to ask the creator to release any shock and trauma from the point of trauma, where you were made to feel worthless, insignificant, or nothing. Whether you feel like you're a mistake or you fail God, that you don't deserve to exist, all of that stuff. Okay, we're going to ask the creator to release all of this in all levels, in all languages, in all aspects. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Okay. Let's release the belief of needing to punish yourself. Okay, so this is like self-harm. We punish ourselves with food, drugs, alcohol, punish ourselves with beauty treatments. I had a client recently and she came to a Skype healing session and she kind of rocked up with bruising. And I was like, what happened? She goes, oh, I had my Botox. I was horrified. I've done some research around Botox and fillers, and it's a huge lie the beauty industry is telling you. These are poisons you're putting into your body. The side effects can be quite devastating. So fillers, for example, can cause blindness. My belief is that in the long term, we're going to start to see the side effects of Botox because it's being injected into foreheads. And this is right where our pineal gland is. So, and obviously our brain is here as well. So we're going to start to see the side effects of what Botox is doing in the next, I'd say, 10, 15, 20 years. It's one of the most, it is, in fact, the most lethal poisonous substance in the world. The most lethal. I was in Paris on holiday with my family, celebrating my wedding anniversary, and there was this. Went to a museum, and there was an exhibition, and it was talking about the world's deadliest poisons, and they had like deadly snakes exhibits. They had real live animals in this museum, deadly snakes. They had those poisonous frogs. They had the deadliest spiders. It was absolutely fascinating, and there was an exhibit on the bacteria that they used to cultivate Botox, and it is the world's most poisonous, deadliest substance. So this is what women are injecting. Years ago, when I was visiting the US, I picked up an Oprah magazine, and there was this advertisement for Botox. And then I turned the page, and literally there was a double page spread in like small type, narrow type, literally double page spread of all the side effects of Botox. And I was just shocked that women would even consider this as a way to, so that they don't have wrinkles. This is the price women are paying. There's these other things, the derma rollers. So they're like metal rollers with like spikes in them, and you roll across your face. And what it does damage to the surface of your skin and forces collagen to be produced and then renewed, and you get this younger skin. But if you've ever watched somebody do that, like on YouTube, it is literally self-imposed punishment. It's literally self-harm, like energetically, emotional, what you're doing to your body. Like the woman had tears in her eyes. She obviously put some numbing agent, but like the skin is just reacting in shock and horror of this self-harm that women consider acceptable for beauty. It's just, it's for me, it's seriously concerning. And so women that come and see me have got deep, low self-worth issues, fears around growing older, because here's the lie we are being told as women, that if you grow older, you have less value. That if you grow older, you have less value. That if you're not beautiful, that if you're not looking young, that you are automatically worthless. And you see this in the movie industry with a lot of the very famous movie stars. I'll be honest, some of these movie stars, it's like their face is being stapled. There's so much filler that they don't look natural, and what they have to go through to keep up that look and face, because Hollywood expects them to look like that a certain way, and so they're terrified that if they age, they won't get the good roles and they won't get the big bucks. And this is the world we live in. You never, I don't think I've ever seen an old anchor woman. There's always an older gentleman, but you never see an older woman. So the lie we are being told that we are not as beautiful, not as worthy, not as sexy, not as gorgeous if we grow older. So my photographer that takes photos of me, Sam Jenna Moon, she doesn't say, these aren't your wrinkles, they're your crinkles. And so these lines, they're a sign of your wisdom. These lines are a sign of the joy and laughter you have in your life. So embrace those crinkles, because these are all your life experiences that show on your face. And so you need to make peace with your appearance as you grow older. Really embrace this transition you're making from your 20s to your 30s to your 40s. Now, I still take care of myself. I drink lots of water. I, do my green powders. I actually have bought one of those rose quartz derma rollers. So it's a piece of rose quartz and you rub it across your face, and what it does is just starts to massage the various muscles. There's face yoga. You can get an app for face yoga. I've got one of those on my phone, face yoga, where you do these expressions to tighten the muscles in your face, around your eyes and so forth. But obviously using natural skincare as well. So again, this is a huge topic, and obviously I'm conscious of time. Just quickly, so many years ago, I worked for a network marketing company, and I learned a lot about personal care. And unfortunately, the cosmetic industry is highly corrupt. Heavy metals like lead are still in lipsticks. Those lipsticks that stay on don't come off. They're using ingredients like lead to make it stick. They're bypassing testing. They're creating their own board of advisors for their own testing. So I don't want to frighten you, but the industry is very corrupt. So look and search for natural cosmetics, natural skincare. My mum in Australia makes moisturizers and creams that are natural, using well-crafted herbs and oils like coconut oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, and things like that. So you want to go as natural as possible. And so this is what I put on my skin. And always looking for natural makeup companies. So if you have a recommendation for a skincare range that you love that is using lots of natural ingredients, then post it into the comments below. Also, if you've got a remedy for a wonderful face mask. When I was a kid, back in Australia, there was this magazine called Hello, I think it was called Dolly, and there was these recipes for your own homemade masks using yogurt and honey and egg and things like that. So that's what I'll put on my face, because I was a teenager. I didn't have money for these expensive creams, but actually this is what our grandmothers used to use on their skin before these companies came up with these fancy creams with fancy names, using fancy models, and that's what you're paying for. When you buy these creams, you're paying for all the marketing, the advertising, the packaging as well. Packaging often is more expensive than actually what's inside these bottles. And so you're being sold this product that is actually full of chemicals that goes through the skin, and it goes via the 3 layers of the skin into the bloodstream, and it's being absorbed into your bloodstream. So you're essentially creating a chemical cocktail. I could go on for hours about this topic. It's something I know a lot about, but I'm going to spare you. But just essentially is you want to go as natural as possible. Honestly, skip the money on these expensive creams. They do not work. Often what they do is they also create a barrier in your skin that stops moisture evaporating from your inside your body and out, because our skin breathes. And so when it puts this block on your skin, it stops your skin releasing moisture. So it creates this puffiness, and that's what you get this when they advertise, say reduces the appearance of lines and wrinkles. It's what it's actually doing is it's drawing moisture from in your body and pushing it out to puff up your skin. So it's a very temporary solution, and this dehydration process in fact causes more wrinkles. Okay, I'm going to stop my rant now. Yeah, guys. All right, so we're going to start to wrap it up. Thank you so much. The next Facebook Live is going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. British Summer Time. I land tomorrow about 3 o'clock back in London, so I'll be back online to do the next one, and the next one's to do with sexuality. So this is issues of intimacy, physical connection. We'll continue more with physical touch as well, because it's linked to that. Sexual shame as well, and we'll be talking about the sexual organs and the belief systems held in sexual organs, a lot to do with self-worth. Now here's something I've discovered. As I've worked with clients on sexual energy, their money has increased, because the sacral chakra is linked to abundance and financial abundance, as well as sexuality and creation energy. So interestingly, sex and money are linked. So it's going to be a really juicy topic tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. British Summer Time for the Facebook Live. I'm certain my technology will be working by then. So thank you for bearing with me. I still have a blank screen. I still hope I'm live. So thank you so much. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. In the meantime, if you've got any questions about this topic or tomorrow's topic, just post in the chat, and today I'll be answering your questions. All right, guys, lots of love. Bye.